Welcome to a peaceful exploration of one of humanity's oldest and most cherished companions, the dog. For thousands of years, these remarkable creatures have walked beside us, offering loyalty, love, and endless fascination. In this journey together, we'll uncover 100 truths about dogs, woven into a story that celebrates everything from their ancient origins to the subtle ways they've shaped our world. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's begin our discovery of the magnificent world of dogs. The ancient bond. Our story begins in the mists of prehistory, somewhere between 15 and 40,000 years ago. It was then that the first wolves began their gradual transformation into dogs, making them the very first animal that humans ever domesticated. Long before we cultivated crops or tamed horses, we walked alongside canine companions. This partnership predates written history itself, emerging from campfires in the Ice Age when humans and wolves discovered mutual benefit in each other's presence. The science hidden within every dog tells this ancient tale. Each dog today, from the tiniest Chihuahua to the largest Great Dane, carries the genetic legacy of the grey wolf. They are all descendants of Canis lupus, and remarkably, dogs and wolves share 99.9% of their DNA. This makes them not just relatives, but members of the same species, separated only by thousands of years of living alongside humans. Within a dog's body beats a heart that pulses with extraordinary efficiency. While a human heart beats roughly 70 times per minute when at rest, a dog's heart maintains a faster rhythm, between 60 and 140 beats per minute, depending on their size. The smaller the dog, the faster their heart races through life. This rapid heartbeat powers their energetic approach to the world, fueling those moments of pure joy when they greet us at the door. Evolution has gifted dogs with senses that far surpass our own. A dog's nose contains up to 300 million olfactory receptors, while humans possess a mere 6 million. This means that dogs experience the world through scent in ways we can barely imagine. They can detect odors at concentrations nearly 100 million times lower than humans can perceive. When your dog pauses on a walk, seemingly captivated by an unremarkable patch of grass, they're reading an intricate story written in molecules we cannot detect. But their remarkable nose serves an additional purpose beyond smell. Dogs don't sweat through their skin the way humans do. Instead, they release heat primarily by panting, and through the sweat glands located in their paw pads. That distinctive wet nose isn't just for scent. The moisture helps them regulate their body temperature and actually enhances their ability to smell by capturing scent particles from the air. Their hearing, too, exists on a plane beyond human perception. While we hear sounds up to about 20,000 Hz, dogs can detect frequencies as high as 65,000 Hz. This means that the world is filled with sounds that exist only in your dog's experience, high-pitched frequencies that make their ears twitch and turn, painting an acoustic landscape entirely invisible to us. That sudden alertness to seemingly nothing makes perfect sense when you realize they're hearing the ultrasonic rustle of a mouse in the walls or the high-frequency whine of electronics we cannot perceive. Within the canine eye lies another difference that shapes how dogs see the world. Dogs don't see the full rainbow of colors that humans enjoy. They experience vision similar to red-green color blindness in humans, perceiving the world primarily in shades of blue, yellow, and gray. What appears to us as a bright red ball on green grass appears to a dog as a brownish object on yellowish-brown ground. Yet this isn't a limitation, it's an adaptation. Their eyes contain more rod cells than ours, granting them superior vision in low-light conditions, perfect for their evolutionary history as dawn and dusk hunters. The bond between humans and dogs runs deeper than we might imagine, written into our very biology. When you gaze into your dog's eyes, both of you experience a surge of oxytocin, the same hormone that bonds mothers to their babies. This chemical response happens between no other cross-species pair on Earth. When your dog looks at you with those soft, adoring eyes, it's not just behavior. It's a neurochemical conversation, a dialogue of love that transcends the boundaries between species. And perhaps most touching of all, dogs are one of the few animals that genuinely understand human pointing. This might seem simple, But even chimpanzees, our closest genetic relatives, struggle with this concept. When you point at something, your dog instinctively looks where you're indicating, not at your finger. This ability suggests that somewhere in those thousands of years of companionship, dogs developed a unique capacity to understand human communication, to read our intentions and gestures in ways that even our fellow primates cannot. It's a small miracle of evolution, a bridge built between two species through attention, affection, and time. The language of dogs. As we continue our journey into the world of dogs, let's explore the ways they speak to us and to each other, a language without words, but rich with meaning. Every dog owner knows the sound of their companion's bark, but few realize just how varied and intentional this vocalization truly is. Dogs possess at least 10 different vocal sounds in their communication repertoire, each serving a distinct purpose. There's the bark of alarm, the bark of greeting, the whine of anxiety, the growl of warning, and the howl that echoes their wolf ancestry. But here's what makes this remarkable. Barking itself is largely a trait that developed through domestication. Adult wolves rarely bark, they howl, whimper, and growl, but the frequent, varied barking we associate with dogs is something they developed specifically for communicating with humans. In essence, dogs created a new form of expression just for us. That tail, wagging with such apparent joy, tells stories more complex than simple happiness. A tail held high and wagging quickly often signals excitement or confidence, while a low, slow wag might indicate insecurity or cautious interest. But scientists have discovered something even more subtle. Dogs wag their tails asymmetrically based on their emotions. When a dog sees something positive, their owner, perhaps, their tail wags more to the right side of their body. When they encounter something negative or uncertain, the wag favors the left side. This asymmetry reflects which hemisphere of their brain is processing the emotion, a phenomenon remarkably similar to human emotional processing. Your dog's tail is not just moving, it's revealing the inner workings of their mind. The speed at which a dog experiences the world differs fundamentally from our own. While humans perceive roughly 60 images per second, dogs process visual information at about 70 to 80 images per second. This means that when you watch television, you see smooth motion, but your dog sees a flickering series of images, especially on older televisions. Modern high-definition screens with higher refresh rates appear smoother to them, which is why some dogs seem more interested in today's televisions than those of previous generations. They're literally seeing the world tick by faster than we do, which might explain their remarkable reflexes and ability to catch treats mid-air. Inside every dog's mouth lies a set of 42 teeth, 10 more than adult humans possess. These teeth tell the story of their omnivorous adaptability. The sharp canines speak to their carnivorous heritage, designed for gripping and tearing. The molars reveal their opportunistic nature, flatter surfaces capable of grinding plant material when necessary. This dental arrangement is part of what made dogs such successful companions to humans. They could thrive on varied diets, adapting to whatever food sources their human partners could provide. The unique pattern you see on your dog's nose is as individual as a human fingerprint. No two dogs share the same nose print, with each featuring a distinct arrangement of ridges and creases. In fact, nose prints are now being used in some countries as a form of identification for dogs, similar to how we use fingerprints or microchips. That wet, cool nose pressed against your hand isn't just endearing, it's utterly unique to your companion. A dog's sense of time, while different from ours, is very real. They cannot read clocks, yet they possess a remarkable internal sense of routine and duration. This is why your dog seems to know exactly when it's dinner time or when you're due home from work. Studies have shown that dogs left alone for different lengths of time greet their owners more enthusiastically after longer absences, suggesting they do indeed perceive the passage of time. They live very much in the present moment, but they remember and anticipate, creating a sense of temporal flow that keeps them connected to the rhythms of your shared life. The intelligence of dogs manifests in ways that continue to surprise researchers. The average dog can understand approximately 165 words and gestures, roughly equivalent to a 2-year-old human child. But the smartest dogs, particularly breeds like border collies and poodles, can learn up to 250 words or more. One famous border collie named Chaser learned the names of over 1,000 objects, demonstrating not just memory but the ability to categorize and understand syntax. When you talk to your dog, more is getting through than you might imagine. Beneath their fur, dogs possess whiskers, not just on their muzzle, but also above their eyes and on their chin. These whiskers, called vibrissae, are deeply embedded in the skin and connected to sensitive nerve endings. They serve as sophisticated sensory tools, helping dogs navigate in darkness, detect nearby objects, and even sense subtle changes in air currents. When your dog's whiskers brush against something, they're receiving detailed information about size, shape, and texture. These whiskers are so sensitive that they can even detect tiny changes in air currents, helping dogs sense approaching dangers or prey even before they can see them. And finally, consider the miracle of a newborn puppy. Puppies are born blind, deaf, and completely dependent on their mothers. Their eyes remain closed for the first 2 weeks of life, and their ear canals are sealed. During this time, they navigate their small world through touch, warmth, and scent alone. When their eyes finally open around 2 weeks of age, they don't immediately see clearly. Their vision develops gradually over the following weeks. This vulnerable beginning makes the bond between mother and puppies especially profound, and it reminds us that every adult dog we meet began life in utter darkness and silence, learning trust and love before they could even witness the world around them. The diversity of dogs. As our journey continues, we turn our attention to the breathtaking variety within the canine world, a diversity that showcases both nature's adaptability and humanity's creative partnership with our four-legged friends. The range of dog breeds existing today is truly staggering. There are over 340 recognized dog breeds worldwide, each developed for specific purposes, climates, and human needs. From the ancient Saluki, which may be the oldest dog breed dating back to 7000 BCE, to modern designer breeds created just decades ago, this variety represents thousands of years of selective breeding. Yet remarkably, all of these breeds, every single one, can interbreed and produce fertile offspring, confirming that despite their vast differences in appearance, they remain one species united by their wolf ancestry. The smallest of these breeds carries a name that echoes its origins. The Chihuahua, weighing as little as 2 pounds when fully grown, takes its name from the Mexican state of Chihuahua, where the breed was first recognized in the mid-1800s. At the opposite end of the spectrum stands breeds like the English Mastiff, with some individuals weighing over 340 pounds. This means the largest dogs can outweigh the smallest by more than 150 times. Imagine if human variation worked the same way. It's as if some people were the size of toddlers while others stood as tall as houses. This extraordinary size range, all within a single species, is unmatched anywhere else in the animal kingdom. Among this diversity, one breed stands out for its truly unique feature. The Basenji, an ancient breed from Central Africa, is often called the barkless dog. While Basenjis aren't completely silent, they cannot bark in the traditional sense due to their unusually shaped larynx. Instead, they produce an array of sounds including yodels, howls, and a distinctive sound called a baru, a sort of chortle that delights and surprises anyone who hears it. This breed gives us a glimpse into how different dogs might have sounded before they evolved barking as a means of communication with humans. The coat that covers a dog serves purposes far beyond appearance. Some breeds, like the Portuguese water dog and the poodle, have hair rather than fur. While this distinction might seem trivial, it matters greatly to people with allergies. Hair grows continuously and sheds minimally, while fur grows to a certain length, stops, and then sheds in cycles. This is why some dogs require regular haircuts while others simply shed seasonally. The texture, length, and type of coat was often developed for the specific work the breed was meant to perform. The water-resistant double coat of retrievers, the corded coat of the Komondor that protected it from wolf bites, or the nearly hairless Chinese crested that was bred as a companion in warm climates. Hidden within some breeds is a feature both beautiful and practical. Certain dogs possess webbed feet, with extra skin connecting their toes. Newfoundlands, Labrador Retrievers, and Chesapeake Bay Retrievers all have this trait, which makes them exceptional swimmers. The webbing acts like built-in flippers, allowing them to paddle through water with remarkable efficiency. These breeds were specifically developed for water work, retrieving fishing nets, rescuing drowning sailors, or fetching waterfowl for hunters. When you see a Labrador joyfully bounding into a lake, you're watching a dog do exactly what generations of selective breeding prepared them for. The athleticism of dogs reaches its peak in breeds developed for speed and endurance. The greyhound, bred for coursing game and racing, can reach speeds of up to 45 miles per hour, making them the second fastest land animal after the cheetah. But speed isn't the only measure of athletic achievement. Sled dogs like huskies and malamutes can pull loads many times their own weight across frozen tundra for hours on end, maintaining a steady pace that would exhaust most animals. The famous sled dog Balto and his team ran over 600 miles in 5.5 days through blizzard conditions to deliver life-saving medicine to Nome, Alaska in 1925, a testament to the incredible endurance bred into working dogs. Some breeds possess such strong instincts that their behavior seems almost mystical. Herding breeds like Border Collies and Australian Shepherds display what's called the eye, an intense, focused stare they use to control livestock. This stare is actually a modified predatory behavior, where the stalk and chase of hunting has been refined into a tool for moving sheep or cattle without harming them. A skilled herding dog can control the movement of an entire flock with nothing but body position and that penetrating gaze. It's as if the aggressive aspects of their wolf heritage have been transformed into something both powerful and gentle. The variety in dog breeds extends even to the number of toes they possess. While most dogs have 4 toes on their back feet, some breeds are polydactyl, meaning they have extra toes. The Norwegian Lundehund, a breed developed to hunt puffins on cliffsides, has 6 fully functioning toes on each foot, giving them exceptional grip on steep, rocky terrain. Even more remarkably, this breed has such flexible joints that they can bend their head backward along their own spine and turn their forelegs sideways at a 90-degree angle, adaptations that allowed them to navigate the narrow crevices where puffins nested. They're a reminder that dogs were bred not just for companionship, but as specialists solving very specific challenges. And perhaps most touching in this tapestry of diversity is the truth that mixed-breed dogs, mutts, mongrels, or as some affectionately call them, all-American dogs, often enjoy certain health advantages over their purebred cousins. This phenomenon, called hybrid vigor or heterosis, means that mixed-breed dogs frequently have fewer genetic health problems and may even live longer on average than purebred dogs. The random mixing of genes from different backgrounds creates genetic diversity that can protect against inherited diseases. Every mixed-breed dog is a unique combination that has never existed before and will never exist again, a one-of-a-kind masterpiece of chance and genetics, as special as any carefully bred champion. The working life of dogs. Our journey now takes us into the remarkable world of working dogs, companions who do far more than simply share our homes. These are dogs with jobs, with purpose, whose abilities serve humanity in ways both ancient and astonishingly modern. Throughout history, dogs have worked alongside humans in nearly every endeavor we've undertaken. But perhaps no role is more historic than that of the war dog. Dogs have served in military conflicts for thousands of years, from ancient Roman armies to modern special forces. They've carried messages across battlefields, detected explosives, provided comfort to traumatized soldiers, and even parachuted alongside airborne troops. During World War I, a Sergeant Stubby, a mixed-breed dog, served for 18 months and participated in 17 battles. He saved his regiment from surprise mustard gas attacks, located wounded soldiers, and once caught a German spy by the seat of his pants, holding him until American soldiers arrived. For his service, Stubby was promoted to sergeant, making him the first dog to be given rank in the United States Armed Forces. The detection abilities of dogs extend far beyond explosives and weapons. Medical detection dogs can identify diseases in humans by scent alone, often before symptoms appear. These remarkable dogs have been trained to detect cancer, diabetes, seizures, and even COVID-19 with accuracy rates that sometimes exceed laboratory tests. Some diabetic alert dogs can smell the chemical changes in their owner's body when blood sugar drops dangerously low, alerting them in time to prevent a medical emergency. The compound they're detecting might be present in concentrations of just a few parts per trillion. Imagine finding a single grain of sugar dissolved in 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Yet for a trained medical detection dog, this is entirely possible. In the aftermath of disasters, search and rescue dogs perform miracles of detection and courage. These dogs can locate survivors buried under collapsed buildings, lost hikers in vast wilderness areas, or victims of avalanches beneath many feet of snow. After the September 11th attacks, approximately 300 search and rescue dogs worked at Ground Zero, using their remarkable noses to search through the rubble. These dogs worked 12-hour shifts in dangerous conditions, driven by the same trait that makes all working dogs exceptional: the desire to work alongside their human partners and the joy they find in using their abilities to complete a task. The partnership between humans and dogs reaches perhaps its most intimate form in service dogs for people with disabilities. Guide dogs for the blind navigate complex urban environments, making split-second decisions to keep their handlers safe from traffic, obstacles, and hazards. But service dogs do so much more. They can open doors, retrieve dropped items, pull wheelchairs, provide balance support, and even operate light switches and elevator buttons. Some service dogs are trained in what's called intelligent disobedience, meaning they will refuse a command if obeying it would put their handler in danger. If a blind person commands their guide dog to cross a street, but the dog sees an oncoming car the person cannot, the dog will refuse the command. This requires not just training, but judgment, the ability to assess a situation and make an independent decision. In the remote and frozen landscapes of the polar regions, sled dogs have been indispensable partners in exploration and survival. These dogs possess a metabolism so efficient that they can maintain strenuous activity in temperatures reaching -75 degrees Fahrenheit. During the heroic age of Antarctic exploration, sled dogs were the primary means of transportation. Roald Amundson's successful expedition to the South Pole in 1911 relied entirely on dog teams, and he credited them as the key to his success over Robert Scott's expedition, which used ponies and man-hauling. The bond between mushers and their dogs in these extreme conditions transcends simple utility. It becomes a relationship of mutual survival and trust. The livestock guardian breeds represent one of the oldest working partnerships between humans and dogs. Breeds like the Great Pyrenees, Anatolian Shepherd, and Tibetan Mastiff have protected flocks and herds for thousands of years, living among the animals they guard rather than with humans. These dogs are raised with livestock from puppyhood, bonding with sheep or goats as their family. They patrol pastures through the night, their size and fearsome bark deterring predators like wolves, coyotes, and even bears. Unlike herding dogs that move livestock, guardian dogs simply live among them as protectors, a calm presence that becomes fierce only when threats emerge. This role is so ingrained that these dogs will perform it instinctively, even without specific training. In modern conservation efforts, dogs have found a new calling that may help save endangered species. Conservation detection dogs are trained to locate the scat, feathers, or other traces of rare animals that researchers need to study. These dogs can find evidence of animals that are nearly impossible for humans to track, from elusive wolverines in the mountains to orca whale scat floating in the ocean. One dog named Tucker worked from boats to detect the feces of endangered orcas in the waters of the Pacific Northwest, helping researchers monitor the health and population of these whales. The information gathered through Tucker's nose has been crucial in conservation efforts, proving that dogs can help protect not just humans, but the entire natural world. The role of therapy dogs brings comfort to hospitals, nursing homes, schools, and disaster sites. Unlike service dogs that perform specific tasks for one person, therapy dogs provide emotional support to many people. Their presence has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and release endorphins in the people they visit. In children's literacy programs, struggling readers practice reading aloud to therapy dogs, who listen without judgment or correction. These children show remarkable improvement in their reading skills and confidence. There's something about a dog's patient, accepting presence that creates a safe space for learning and healing. The therapy dog asks for nothing but perhaps a gentle pat, yet gives so much in return. And in the realm of detection work, some dogs have found perhaps the most unusual specialty of all. They've been trained to detect bedbugs. These insects are notoriously difficult to find, hiding in tiny crevices and emerging only at night. But a trained bedbug detection dog can identify an infestation with over 95% accuracy. Hotels, apartments, and pest control companies now employ these dogs to inspect buildings. What might take a human inspector hours of meticulous searching, a dog can accomplish in minutes. It's a humble job compared to search and rescue or medical detection, but it showcases the same truth, that a dog's nose, combined with their eagerness to work with humans, makes them capable of solving problems we can barely address on our own. The science of sleep and dreams. As we move deeper into our exploration of dogs, let us turn to something we've all witnessed but perhaps never fully understood: the way dogs sleep, dream, and rest, revealing yet another layer of their rich inner lives. Dogs sleep far more than humans do, and this isn't laziness but biological necessity. On average, dogs sleep between 12 and 14 hours per day, though puppies and senior dogs may sleep even more, up to 18 or 20 hours. This extended sleep serves crucial purposes, allowing their bodies to recover from activity and their brains to process the day's experiences. But unlike humans, who typically sleep in one long stretch, dogs are polyphasic sleepers, meaning they sleep in multiple periods throughout the day and night. This sleep pattern is an inheritance from their wild ancestors, who needed to remain alert for dangers and opportunities at all hours. Your dog's tendency to nap frequently, then wake at the slightest sound, reflects thousands of years of evolution as both predator and prey. Within those hours of sleep, dogs experience the same sleep stages that humans do, including REM sleep, the phase where dreaming occurs. Scientists have confirmed this by studying the brain activity of sleeping dogs, which shows the same patterns of rapid eye movement and brainwaves associated with dreaming in humans. And if you've ever watched your dog's paws twitch, heard soft barks, or seen their eyes moving beneath closed lids, you've witnessed them dreaming. Researchers believe dogs dream about their daily experiences, chasing squirrels, playing with their favorite toys, or simply being with their beloved humans. That gentle running motion while they sleep deeply might be your dog reliving the joy of a morning walk, playing the day's memories like a film behind their closed eyes. The position in which a dog sleeps can tell us much about how they're feeling. When a dog sleeps curled in a tight ball with their nose tucked under their tail, they're conserving body heat and protecting their vital organs, a position inherited from wild canids sleeping in cold or exposed environments. When they sleep on their side with legs extended, they're comfortable and relaxed, in a position that allows for deeper sleep. And when a dog sleeps on their back with legs in the air, the position affectionately called dead bug, they're displaying ultimate trust and comfort. This position actually helps them cool down since dogs release heat through their paw pads, and it exposes their vulnerable belly, something a dog would only do in a place where they feel completely safe. The relationship between temperature and dog sleep reveals careful biological calibration. Dogs have a higher normal body temperature than humans, between 101 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. This warmer baseline means they experience temperature differently than we do. What feels comfortably cool to us might be too cold for some dogs, especially smaller breeds or those with thin coats. This is why many dogs seek out warm spots for sleeping, sunny patches on the floor, cozy beds near heaters, or snuggled close to their humans. That warmth isn't just comfort, it's their body seeking the optimal temperature for deep, restorative sleep. Circling before lying down is a behavior that puzzles many dog owners, but it's actually an ancient instinct with practical purposes. In the wild, canids circle to tamp down grass or snow, creating a more comfortable resting spot. The circling might also help them check the area for dangers or insects, position themselves in relation to the wind, or even align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field, a phenomenon some researchers have observed in dogs preferring to orient themselves along a north-south axis when eliminating or resting. Though your dog's bed doesn't need tamping and your living room has no need for wind assessment, the instinct remains, a little ritual connecting them to their ancestral past. Dogs possess an internal clock that remains remarkably accurate even without external cues. Studies have shown that dogs can track the passage of time through a process called circadian rhythm, the same biological clock that governs human sleep-wake cycles. But dogs seem to have an additional sense of interval timing. They can judge durations with surprising accuracy. This is why your dog often wakes moments before your alarm, or appears at the door just as you're arriving home from work. They're not reading clocks but feeling the rhythm of time passing, a sense honed through routine and repetition. This temporal awareness makes them exquisitely attuned to the patterns of our shared lives. The amount of sleep a dog needs varies not just by age but by breed and activity level. Working breeds like Border Collies or Belgian Malinois, which were developed for high-energy tasks, may actually sleep less than more sedentary breeds. Conversely, large breeds like Mastiffs and St. Bernards tend to sleep more, their massive bodies requiring additional rest for maintenance and recovery. A dog's sleep needs also respond to their activity. A dog who's enjoyed a vigorous hike will sleep more soundly and deeply than one who spent the day indoors. This flexibility allows dogs to adapt their rest to their circumstances, sleeping when needed and waking when opportunity or duty calls. Something remarkable happens in a dog's brain during sleep that mirrors human learning processes. Research has shown that dogs consolidate memories and learning during sleep, particularly during REM cycles. When you teach your dog a new trick or command, the real learning happens not just during training but during the sleep that follows. Their brain replays the experience, strengthening neural pathways and converting short-term memory into long-term understanding. This is why training sessions are often more effective when followed by rest, and why a dog might suddenly get a command the day after struggling with it. Sleep, for dogs as for humans, is when knowledge transforms from experience into wisdom. And finally, consider the gentle phenomenon of the dog sigh, that deep, contented exhalation that often comes as a dog settles into rest. While humans sigh for various reasons including stress or boredom, a dog's sigh as they curl up beside you is generally a sound of pure contentment. It's a releasing of tension, a physiological letting go that signals they feel safe enough to truly relax. Some researchers believe it may also help lower their heart rate and prepare their body for sleep. That soft sound, so easy to overlook, is actually a communication. Your dog telling you, in the gentlest way possible, that they are home, they are safe, and in this moment, all is right in their world. The emotional world of dogs. As our journey continues, we enter perhaps the most profound territory of all, the emotional landscape of dogs, where feelings and consciousness meet in ways that science is only beginning to fully understand. Dogs experience jealousy, and science has proven it. In carefully controlled experiments, researchers observed dogs watching their owners interact affectionately with stuffed dogs that barked and wagged their tails. The real dogs exhibited signs of jealousy, pushing between the owner and the toy, snapping at the stuffed dog, and showing distress. When owners interacted with other objects like books or plastic pumpkins, the dogs showed far less reaction. This wasn't just possessiveness or attention-seeking, it was a genuine emotional response to perceived social threat. Your dog's reaction when you pet another dog isn't just behavior, it's a real feeling, an emotional experience that reveals the depth of their attachment to you. The concept of fairness matters deeply to dogs. In a fascinating study, researchers asked dogs to perform a trick like offering their paw. When both dogs received treats for performing, they continued happily. But when one dog received a treat and the other received nothing for the same action, the unrewarded dog would stop participating, often refusing to even look at the experimenter. The dogs understood inequity and responded to it emotionally. This sense of fairness suggests a sophisticated social awareness, an understanding that relationships should involve reciprocity and balance. It's a reminder that dogs aren't simply responding to conditioning, they're thinking, feeling beings who understand the social contract. Dogs can experience what scientists call emotional contagion, the phenomenon where one individual's emotions trigger similar emotions in another. When you're sad, your dog often becomes subdued and seeks to comfort you. When you're excited, they mirror that energy with enthusiasm. Brain imaging studies have shown that dogs' brains respond to human emotional sounds, laughter, crying, sighs, in ways similar to how human brains respond to these sounds. This means your dog isn't just reacting to your behavior, they're actually feeling echoes of your emotions within themselves. Your joy becomes their joy, your sorrow touches them too. This emotional resonance is part of what makes the human-dog bond so profound. Within the canine brain exists a structure that may hold the key to understanding their capacity for love. Dogs possess a well-developed caudate nucleus, the same region of the brain associated with positive emotions and reward anticipation in humans. When researchers conducted brain scans of dogs while they smelled their owner's scent, this region showed significant activation, a pattern remarkably similar to what happens in human brains when we see people we love. This neurological evidence suggests that what we observe as love in our dogs, the excitement at our return, the contentment in our presence, has a biological basis. The brain structures necessary for experiencing love exist in dogs, activated by us. Dogs grieve, and their mourning can be as profound as it is heartbreaking. When a companion animal or human family member dies, dogs often show signs of grief, changes in appetite, decreased activity, searching behavior, and vocalizations. Some dogs will wait at the door for a deceased companion or return repeatedly to places they shared together. This grief can last weeks or even months, gradually diminishing as the dog adjusts to the loss. Scientists debate whether dogs understand death conceptually, but the emotional reality of their grief is undeniable. They feel the absence, experience the loss, and must find their way through it, just as we do. The phenomenon of dogs smiling is more complex than simple anthropomorphism. While dogs don't smile to express happiness the way humans do, some dogs do learn a submissive grin, a behavior where they pull back their lips to show teeth in a non-aggressive way, often accompanied by a wiggling body and soft eyes. More commonly, what we interpret as a smile is a relaxed, open-mouthed expression that dogs display when content and calm. Their smile might not mean exactly what ours does, but it still reflects positive emotional state. And remarkably, some dogs learn to deliberately make this expression because they notice it makes their humans happy. They're communicating in a way they know we'll understand, adapting their expressions to our expectations. Dogs can experience anxiety and even post-traumatic stress disorder in ways that parallel human psychological conditions. Dogs who've experienced trauma, from abuse, abandonment, or frightening events, can develop persistent anxiety, hypervigilance, and fear responses triggered by reminders of the traumatic event. Military and police dogs can develop PTSD after deployment or traumatic incidents. The fact that dogs can experience these conditions tells us their minds don't just react to the present moment. They remember, they process, they can be wounded psychologically. It also means they can heal, often through patience, consistency, and the therapeutic power of a secure, loving relationship. The tail of a dog serves not just as a communication tool but as an emotional barometer in another surprising way. Research has shown that the position and movement of a dog's tail can influence the emotional state of other dogs observing it. When dogs see another dog with a tail wagging more to the right, they remain relaxed. When they see a tail wagging more to the left, the pattern associated with negative emotions, they show signs of increased stress and elevated heart rates. Dogs are reading each other's emotional states through these subtle tail movements, picking up on anxiety or happiness in their fellow canines before any other interaction occurs. Dogs experience optimism and pessimism, what researchers call cognitive bias. In studies, dogs were trained that a bowl in one location always contained food, while a bowl in another location was always empty. When presented with a bowl in an ambiguous middle location, some dogs would approach it eagerly, optimistic that it might contain food, while others approached hesitantly or not at all, pessimistic that it would be empty. Dogs who lived in enriched, positive environments showed more optimistic responses, while those from stressful situations displayed pessimism. This reveals that dogs don't just experience momentary emotions, they develop broader emotional frameworks and expectations about their world, dispositional tendencies that shape how they approach new situations. And perhaps most touching of all, dogs have been observed displaying what appears to be empathy, not just emotional contagion, but a genuine understanding of another's distress and a desire to alleviate it. In experiments where humans pretended to cry or act distressed, dogs approached more often than when humans were talking or humming, and they approached the distressed person rather than their owner, suggesting they were responding to the person in need rather than seeking comfort for themselves. Service dogs have been documented alerting to medical emergencies in strangers they've never met. These actions suggest dogs can recognize suffering in others and feel motivated to help, to comfort, to ease pain. It's a capacity that transcends training or instinct. It's compassion, pure and simple, offered freely from one sentient being to another. The extraordinary abilities. Our journey now takes us into the realm of the extraordinary, those remarkable abilities that elevate dogs beyond the ordinary and into something that can seem almost magical, though grounded firmly in biology and evolution. Dogs possess an ability that seems to defy explanation. They can detect the onset of epileptic seizures in humans before they occur. Seizure alert dogs can sense an oncoming seizure anywhere from seconds to 45 minutes before it happens, giving their handler crucial time to take medication, move to a safe location, or call for help. Scientists aren't entirely certain what these dogs are detecting. It might be subtle behavioral changes, minute alterations in scent caused by chemical changes in the body, or something else we haven't yet identified. What's undeniable is that this ability has saved lives and given people with epilepsy a degree of independence and safety they couldn't otherwise have. Some dogs develop this skill naturally, while others can be trained, but the mechanism remains one of the beautiful mysteries of the canine-human bond. The navigational abilities of dogs extend far beyond following their nose home from the park. There are documented cases of dogs traveling hundreds, even thousands of miles to reunite with their families after being separated. In one famous case, a dog named Bobby traveled over 2,500 miles from Indiana back to his home in Oregon in 1923, crossing rivers, mountains, and deserts over 6 months. While dogs certainly use scent to navigate familiar territory, their ability to find their way across vast, unfamiliar landscapes suggests they may use additional senses, possibly detecting the Earth's magnetic field, navigating by the position of the sun, or using a combination of sensory information we're only beginning to understand. These journeys speak not just to their navigational abilities but to their devotion, their determination to return to the people they love. Within the canine sense of smell lies an ability that challenges our understanding of time itself. Dogs can smell in layers, detecting not just what scents are present but the order in which they were laid down. When a dog sniffs a spot where multiple people have walked, they can distinguish who passed first, second, and third. They're essentially smelling backwards through time. This ability makes them invaluable in tracking and search work. A bloodhound can follow a scent trail that's days or even weeks old, reconstructing a person's path through a landscape by reading the temporal layers of scent molecules. To a dog, smell isn't just spatial, it's temporal, a four-dimensional map of everything that has passed through a space. Dogs can detect drops in barometric pressure that signal approaching storms, often becoming restless or anxious before severe weather arrives. This sensitivity isn't just behavioral pattern recognition, they're actually feeling the pressure changes in their bodies and hearing the low-frequency sounds of distant thunder long before humans can. Some dogs show this awareness hours before a storm hits, pacing, whining, or seeking shelter. During earthquakes and natural disasters, there are countless reports of dogs behaving strangely minutes or even hours before the event, possibly detecting the subtle vibrations through the ground or changes in the Earth's electromagnetic field. They're living early warning systems, tuned to fluctuations in the environment that exist below the threshold of human perception. The immune system of dogs includes a remarkable feature related to their mouths. While the old wives' tale that a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's isn't quite true, they have plenty of bacteria, just different species. dog saliva does contain compounds with mild antibacterial properties. More remarkably, the act of a dog licking their wounds isn't just instinct, it serves a real purpose. The licking removes dirt and debris, and the saliva contains growth factors and enzymes that can promote healing and protect against some infections. Of course, excessive licking can cause problems, and dog saliva isn't a substitute for proper medical care, but this self-healing instinct reflects millions of years of evolution in creatures who couldn't visit a doctor when injured. Some dogs possess an uncanny ability to predict when their owners are coming home, even when arrival times are irregular and unpredictable. In controlled experiments, researchers found that some dogs would position themselves at windows or doors in anticipation of their owner's return, even when the owner came home at random times and no one else in the household knew when to expect them. Skeptics suggest the dogs might be responding to subtle cues, the sound of a familiar car engine blocks away routine patterns in the household, but some cases remain difficult to explain through conventional means. Whether this represents an unknown sensory ability, a deep attunement to subtle environmental patterns, or something else entirely, it reveals the mysterious depth of the connection between dogs and their people. Dogs have been observed displaying what researchers call referential signaling, deliberately communicating specific information to humans about objects or events. In studies, dogs who knew the location of hidden food or toys would spontaneously lead human experimenters to the hiding spot, using eye contact, body orientation, and movement to guide the person. They weren't just reacting to their environment, they were intentionally trying to convey information to another mind. This ability requires what's called theory of mind, the understanding that others have knowledge states different from your own and that you can influence what others know. When your dog brings you their leash or sits by their food bowl and looks meaningfully at you, they're not just requesting, they're communicating, attempting to transfer information from their mind to yours. The phenomenon of dogs detecting cancer deserves deeper exploration, for it represents one of the most medically significant canine abilities. Dogs have been trained to detect lung cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, colon cancer, and melanoma with accuracy rates that sometimes exceed 80 or even 90%. They can detect these cancers from breath samples, urine samples, or by directly smelling the affected area of a person's body. Some dogs have spontaneously, without training, persistently sniffed or pawed at a spot on their owner's body that was later discovered to be cancerous. The volatile organic compounds released by cancer cells are what these dogs detect, chemical signatures invisible to our most sophisticated tests, yet obvious to a dog's nose. Research into what exactly dogs are smelling could lead to new diagnostic tools, turning canine detection into technology that could save countless lives. The strength and endurance of dogs, particularly working breeds, reaches levels that seem to defy their size. A sled dog can pull a load weighing up to twice their body weight over long distances in harsh conditions. Pit bulls and similar breeds have jaw strength measured at over 230 pounds per square inch, allowing them to grip and hold with remarkable power. Yet this same strength is matched by extraordinary gentleness. These powerful jaws can also delicately carry eggs without breaking them or gently mouth a human hand without leaving a mark. This combination of power and restraint, strength and gentleness, is perhaps one of the most remarkable aspects of dogs. They possess the physical capability to cause harm but choose, through training and temperament, to be careful and kind. And in the realm of the truly mysterious, there are persistent reports throughout history of dogs anticipating their owners' deaths. Dogs have been observed becoming unusually attentive, refusing to leave someone's side, or showing distress hours or days before the person dies, even when that person showed no obvious signs of illness. While this could be explained by dogs detecting subtle physical changes, alterations in breathing, scent changes associated with organ failure, or shifts in behavior, some cases remain puzzling. Whether we attribute this to extraordinary sensory abilities or allow for the possibility of something beyond current scientific understanding, these accounts speak to the profound attunement between dogs and humans, a connection that sometimes seems to transcend the boundaries of the explainable. Puppies and development. As we journey onward, let us turn our attention to beginnings, to the miracle of puppies and the remarkable transformation that occurs as a helpless newborn develops into a fully realized dog, a process that reveals both vulnerability and resilience. A mother dog's pregnancy lasts approximately 63 days, roughly 9 weeks from conception to birth. During this time, the developing puppies grow at an extraordinary rate. What begins as microscopic embryos transforms into fully formed puppies in just over 2 months. The average litter size varies by breed, with smaller breeds typically having 2 to 4 puppies, while larger breeds might have 8, 10, or even more. The record for the largest litter belongs to a Neapolitan Mastiff who gave birth to 24 puppies in 2004, though tragically only 20 survived. Each puppy in a litter can potentially have a different father if the mother mated with multiple males during her fertile period, a phenomenon called superfecundation that occasionally results in litters with surprising variety. When puppies are born, they enter the world in a state of profound helplessness. Their eyes are sealed shut, their ear canals are closed, and they cannot regulate their own body temperature. They can neither see nor hear, navigating their tiny world entirely through touch, warmth, and smell. During these first critical weeks, puppies can do only a few things: nurse, sleep, and huddle close to their mother and siblings for warmth. They cannot even eliminate waste on their own. The mother must stimulate them by licking to trigger urination and defecation. This complete dependency creates an intense bond between mother and puppies, and it's during this vulnerable period that the foundation for all future trust and social connection is established. The development of a puppy's senses follows a precise timeline. Their eyes begin to open around 10 to 14 days of age, but vision remains blurry and unfocused for several more weeks. Around the same time, their ear canals open, and they begin to hear the world for the first time. Imagine experiencing sight and sound for the first time after 2 weeks of darkness and silence. This is the reality of every puppy. By 3 weeks of age, they're beginning to toddle around on wobbly legs, exploring their immediate environment with growing curiosity. By 4 weeks, they're playing with their littermates, engaging in the mock battles and chases that will teach them crucial social skills. The period between 3 and 12 weeks of age is called the critical socialization window, and it may be the most important phase in a dog's entire life. During this time, a puppy's brain is extraordinarily receptive to new experiences, and what they encounter now will shape their personality and behavior forever. Puppies who are gently exposed to many different people, animals, sounds, surfaces, and situations during this window typically grow into confident, well-adjusted adults. Conversely, puppies who remain isolated or have frightening experiences during this period may develop fears and anxieties that persist throughout their lives. This window doesn't stay open forever. By around 12 to 14 weeks, it begins to close, and new experiences become less formative and potentially more frightening. Every puppy is, during these precious weeks, a sponge absorbing the world and deciding what's safe and what's dangerous. Puppies are born with a full set of 28 deciduous teeth, their baby teeth, which begin to emerge around 3 to 4 weeks of age. These needle-sharp teeth serve them well for their early explorations and play, though anyone who's been nipped by a puppy knows just how sharp they are. Starting around 3 to 4 months of age, these baby teeth begin to fall out, replaced by the 42 permanent adult teeth. This teething process can be uncomfortable, which is why puppies around this age chew on everything they can find. They're seeking relief from the discomfort of emerging teeth. Each lost baby tooth represents a small milestone in the journey from puppy to adult dog. The physical growth rate of puppies is nothing short of astonishing. Large breed puppies can gain 2 to 4 pounds per week during their rapid growth phases. A Great Dane puppy might weigh just 1 pound at birth and grow to over 100 pounds by their first birthday, an increase of 10,000% in a single year. This rapid growth requires enormous amounts of energy and nutrition, which is why puppies eat so frequently and seem to have bottomless appetites. Their bones, muscles, and organs are developing at speeds that place tremendous demands on their bodies. This is also why proper nutrition during puppyhood is so critical. The foundation for a healthy adult body is built during these months of explosive growth. Play among puppies serves purposes far beyond simple fun. When puppies wrestle with their littermates, they're learning bite inhibition. How hard is too hard? When one puppy bites another too roughly during play, the bitten puppy yelps and stops playing, teaching the biter that too much force ends the fun. This is how puppies learn to control the strength of their jaws, a lesson that will serve them throughout their lives in interactions with other dogs and with humans. They're also learning body language, social hierarchy, conflict resolution, and physical coordination. Every tumbling puppy pile, every game of chase, every mock growl is a classroom where crucial life skills are taught and learned. Puppies sleep even more than adult dogs, up to 20 hours a day in their earliest weeks. This extensive sleep isn't laziness, it's when crucial development occurs. During sleep, their brains process new experiences, their bodies grow, and neural connections strengthen. Waking a sleeping puppy unnecessarily can actually interfere with this important developmental process. The phrase "let sleeping dogs lie" takes on special significance with puppies. Those long naps are when the tiny, helpless creature is transforming into the dog they will become. The maternal bond between a mother dog and her puppies is governed by powerful hormones, particularly oxytocin, which floods the mother's system during birth and nursing. This creates intense feelings of attachment and protectiveness. A mother dog will often show behaviors rarely seen at other times. She may become protective of her whelping area, refuse to leave her puppies even to eat, and display anxiety if they're taken from her sight. This fierce maternal devotion ensures the puppy's survival during their vulnerable early weeks. However, there comes a time, usually around 7 to 8 weeks of age, when the mother naturally begins to wean her puppies, not just from milk but from constant maternal care. She'll spend less time with them, sometimes even growl or walk away when they try to nurse. This isn't rejection, it's preparation, the mother dog's instinctive way of encouraging her puppies toward independence. And finally, there exists a brief and magical moment in every puppy's life called the fear imprint period, which typically occurs around 8 to 10 weeks of age. During this phase, puppies are especially susceptible to developing lasting fears from negative experiences. A single frightening event during this window, a loud noise, a painful veterinary procedure, an aggressive dog encounter, can create a fear that persists for life. This is why responsible breeders and trainers are so careful during this period, ensuring puppies have only positive experiences. But this sensitivity has a flip side. Positive experiences during this time can create equally lasting positive associations. The puppy who meets gentle children, friendly dogs, and kind strangers during this window, who explores new places with encouragement and support, is building a foundation of confidence that will serve them throughout their life. Every puppy passes through this sensitive period just once, and what happens during those few weeks echoes forward through all their years to come. The aging dog and longevity. Our journey through the world of dogs now brings us to a bittersweet chapter, the passage of time, the grace of aging, and the precious nature of the years we share with our canine companions. The lifespan of a dog varies dramatically by size, and paradoxically, smaller dogs typically live much longer than larger ones. A Chihuahua or Yorkshire Terrier might live 15 to 20 years, while a Great Dane or Irish Wolfhound often lives only 6 to 8 years. This inverse relationship between size and longevity is unusual in the animal kingdom. Generally, larger animals live longer than smaller ones. An elephant outlives a mouse, a whale outlives a salmon. But within dogs, the pattern reverses. Scientists believe this occurs because large dogs age more quickly at a cellular level, their bodies growing so rapidly during puppyhood that they essentially burn through their lifespan faster. The cells of large breed dogs show more age-related damage and higher rates of cancer, as if the price of their magnificent size is time itself. The way dogs age relative to humans is more complex than the old 1 dog year equals 7 human years rule suggests. Dogs mature much more rapidly in their first 2 years. A 1-year-old dog is roughly equivalent to a 15-year-old human in development, and a 2-year-old dog is approximately 24 in human years. After that, the aging process settles into a steadier pace, with each dog year equaling about 4 to 5 human years, though this varies by size. Researchers have even developed a new formula based on DNA methylation patterns that more accurately converts dog age to human age, revealing that dogs and humans age along surprisingly similar molecular pathways. As dogs enter their senior years, typically around 7 years of age for most breeds, they begin showing signs of aging that mirror human aging in touching ways. Their muzzles gray, starting around the mouth and spreading across the face like silver frost. Some dogs develop a distinguished look with age, their faces framed in white while their bodies remain darker. This graying can begin as early as 5 or 6 years old in some dogs, while others retain their color well into their senior years. Each gray hair tells the story of years lived, of experiences accumulated, of time shared. Senior dogs often develop arthritis and joint problems, particularly in breeds prone to hip dysplasia or other structural issues. The dog who once bounded upstairs may begin to hesitate, climbing slowly and carefully. The companion who raced across the yard may now prefer shorter walks at a gentler pace. These changes can be painful to watch, but they're also opportunities for deeper care. Orthopedic beds, joint supplements, anti-inflammatory medications, and gentle exercise can greatly improve quality of life for aging dogs. Many senior dogs remain active and engaged well into their teens with appropriate support, proving that age is not simply decline but a different stage of life requiring different care. The senses that served dogs so well throughout their lives begin to fade in their senior years. Vision often diminishes, with many older dogs developing cataracts that cloud their eyes with a bluish-gray film. Hearing frequently declines, and a dog who once came running at the sound of a treat bag might now sleep through doorbells and thunder. Yet dogs adapt to these changes with remarkable resilience. A blind dog learns to navigate their home by memory and scent. A deaf dog learns to watch for visual signals. What they lose in sensory acuity, they often compensate for with the deep familiarity of their environment and routines. Senior dogs teach us that diminishment of ability need not mean diminishment of joy. Cognitive decline can affect aging dogs, a condition called canine cognitive dysfunction that resembles Alzheimer's disease in humans. Dogs with this condition may become disoriented in familiar places, forget learned behaviors, have accidents in the house, show changes in sleep patterns, or seem confused about familiar people. They might stare at walls, get stuck in corners, or seem to forget why they walked into a room. This decline can be heartbreaking for those who remember their dog's sharp intelligence and quick learning. Yet even dogs experiencing cognitive changes respond to patience, routine, and gentle care. Medications and supplements can sometimes slow progression, and the bond between dog and human often persists even when memory fades. The oldest dog on record lived to an astounding age that highlights just how variable lifespan can be. An Australian cattle dog named Bluey lived for 29 years and 5 months, from 1910 to 1939. Bluey spent his long life working with cattle and sheep, remaining active throughout his years. His record has stood for decades, though other dogs have approached it. Several have lived past 25. These exceptional individuals suggest that genetics, lifestyle, diet, and perhaps luck all play roles in longevity. Each year past the average lifespan is a gift, time borrowed from fate, and moments to be treasured. Senior dogs often become more affectionate and attached to their families, as if they understand at some level that time is precious. The dog who was once independent may now follow you from room to room, content simply to be in your presence. The dog who had boundless energy for adventures may now find their greatest joy in quiet companionship on the couch. This deepening of the bond in a dog's later years is one of the profound gifts of sharing life with them. The relationship distills down to its purest essence, to simple presence and mutual love. The metabolism of older dogs slows, meaning they require fewer calories than in their youth. A senior dog eating the same amount as they did in their prime will often gain weight, which places additional stress on aging joints and organs. Conversely, some very old dogs lose weight despite eating well, their bodies less efficient at processing nutrients. Monitoring an aging dog's weight and adjusting their diet accordingly becomes an important part of their care. Special senior dog foods, often lower in calories but rich in joint-supporting nutrients and easily digestible proteins, can help maintain health in later years. And finally, there comes a responsibility that weighs heavily on everyone who loves a dog: the decision about end-of-life care. Dogs, unlike humans, rely on us to recognize when their suffering outweighs their quality of life, when pain or confusion or failing organs mean that continuing is no longer kind. Euthanasia, which literally means good death, allows us to spare our dogs prolonged suffering, to give them a peaceful passing surrounded by love rather than letting them decline to the point of crisis. It is perhaps the hardest gift we ever give our dogs, and the most loving, to put their well-being above our desire to keep them with us. Veterinarians often speak of a quality of life scale, considering whether a dog still finds joy in eating, whether they can move without severe pain, whether they recognize and interact with their family. These assessments help guide the decision, but ultimately it rests with those who know the dog best, who can see in their eyes whether they're still truly living or merely existing. In this final act of love, we honor all the years they gave us by ensuring their last moment is gentle, painless, and filled with the presence of those they loved most. Remarkable records and final wonders. As we approach the end of our journey together, let us celebrate some of the most remarkable, surprising, and wonderful facts about dogs, records and curiosities that showcase the incredible diversity and capability of these animals who have walked beside humanity for so long. The tallest dog ever recorded was a Great Dane named Zeus, who measured 44 inches tall at the shoulder. That's 3 feet and 8 inches of height before even reaching his head. When Zeus stood on his hind legs, he towered over 7 feet tall. Walking beside a dog of this stature must have felt like accompanying a small pony. At the opposite extreme, the smallest dog ever recorded was a Chihuahua named Millie, who measured just 3.8 inches tall, small enough to fit in a teacup, literally. The fact that both Zeus and Millie are members of the same species, both descended from wolves, both capable of the same loyalty and love despite their vastly different sizes, never ceases to amaze. Dogs have traveled to space, becoming pioneers of the cosmos before any human left Earth's atmosphere. The most famous space dog is Laika, a stray from the streets of Moscow who became the first animal to orbit Earth aboard Sputnik 2 in 1957. Though Laika did not survive the journey, the technology to return safely didn't yet exist. Her voyage provided crucial data that eventually enabled human spaceflight. She proved that a living creature could survive launch and weightlessness, paving the way for Yuri Gagarin's historic flight 4 years later. Other dogs followed, and some later Soviet space dogs did return safely to Earth. These brave canines contributed to one of humanity's greatest achievements, venturing into the unknown on our behalf. The world's wealthiest dog inherited a fortune that would astound most humans. A German shepherd named Gunther IV reportedly inherited over $370 million from his father, Gunther III, who had inherited the fortune from a German countess. While the details of this story are disputed and may be partly marketing, there are documented cases of dogs inheriting substantial sums, enough to live in luxury, with caretakers paid to ensure their comfort. These inheritance stories speak to the depth of love some people feel for their dogs, wanting to ensure their comfort even after their own deaths. The most successful rescue dog in history was a Saint Bernard named Barry, who lived in the Swiss Alps in the early 1800s. Barry worked at the hospice of the Great Saint Bernard Pass, rescuing travelers lost or trapped in the snow. Over his 12 years of service, Barry is credited with saving between 40 and 100 lives. Accounts vary, but even the conservative estimate is extraordinary. He would locate people buried in avalanches, dig them out, and lie on them to provide warmth until help arrived. Legend says he would carry small children on his back to safety. Barry became so famous that his body was preserved and remains on display at the Natural History Museum in Bern, Switzerland, a testament to canine heroism. Dogs have an extraordinary ability to learn words quickly through a process called fast mapping, the same method human toddlers use to rapidly acquire vocabulary. A border collie named Chaser, whom we mentioned earlier, could not only identify over 1,000 objects by name but could also learn new words after hearing them just a few times. She could infer the name of a new object by process of elimination. If shown several familiar toys and one unfamiliar toy and asked to fetch something with a name she'd never heard, she would correctly choose the unfamiliar object, reasoning that the new name must belong to the new thing. This cognitive leap, called inferential reasoning by exclusion, was thought to be unique to humans and great apes until Chaser demonstrated otherwise. The nose print of a dog is so unique that it can be used for identification, much like human fingerprints. But there's another, even more surprising identifier: the pattern of whisker spots on a dog's muzzle. Each dog has a unique arrangement of these follicle spots, and they remain consistent throughout the dog's life. Some registries and identification systems now photograph these patterns as a backup form of identification. Your dog carries their unique signature not just in their DNA or microchip, but right there on their face, a pattern as individual as they are. Dogs are one of the few species that can learn by watching television, though what they perceive differs from human experience. Modern high-definition televisions with high refresh rates are much more watchable for dogs than older sets. Remember, dogs process visual information faster than we do, so older TVs appeared as flickering images to them. Some dogs now enjoy watching TV, particularly programs featuring animals or designed specifically for dogs, with sounds and images calibrated to canine perception. There are even streaming services created exclusively for dogs, offering content designed to engage and entertain them when they're home alone. The bond between dogs and humans has influenced human evolution in surprising ways. Some researchers suggest that domesticating dogs may have given early humans a competitive advantage that contributed to our success as a species. Dogs enhanced our hunting efficiency, helped guard settlements, kept us warm on cold nights, and provided early warning of dangers. Human groups with dogs may have outcompeted those without them. In essence, dogs didn't just benefit from their relationship with us, we benefited from them, perhaps more than we've ever fully acknowledged. We evolved together, two species shaping each other across millennia. Some dogs possess a double coat consisting of a soft, insulating undercoat and a harder, protective outer coat. Breeds like Huskies, German Shepherds, and Golden Retrievers have this double-layered fur. Twice a year, typically in spring and fall, these dogs blow their coat. The undercoat sheds out in massive quantities, a process that can leave your home looking like it's been visited by a fur tornado. This shedding is a natural adaptation, allowing them to adjust their insulation for different seasons. The fur that comes off a dog during this time is sometimes enough to fill garbage bags, a reminder that the beautiful coat we admire requires the body to constantly grow, maintain, and replace millions of individual hairs. Dogs can be trained to detect environmental hazards beyond explosives and drugs. Some dogs are trained to detect mold, bedbugs, termites, or even invasive species at airports and borders. Conservation detection dogs can find everything from invasive plants to smuggled ivory. A dog's nose has become a tool for protecting buildings, ecosystems, and even cultural heritage. These working dogs often enjoy their jobs immensely. For them, it's an engaging game where finding the target scent earns rewards and praise. What seems like work to us is play to them, another reminder that dogs find joy in using their abilities in partnership with humans. The loyalty of dogs has inspired countless stories throughout history, but few are as moving as that of Hachiko, an Akita who lived in Japan in the 1920s. Every day, Hachiko accompanied his owner to the train station and waited for his return. After his owner died unexpectedly at work, Hachiko continued to wait at the station every day for the next 9 years, until his own death. His vigil became famous throughout Japan, and he became a symbol of loyalty and devotion. A bronze statue was erected in his honor at Shibuya Station, where it stands today, a testament to the depth of a dog's love and faithfulness. Dogs have been depicted in art for thousands of years, appearing in ancient Egyptian tombs, Greek pottery, Roman mosaics, and Renaissance paintings. They've been portrayed as hunters, companions, symbols of fidelity, and representations of the soul. The frequency with which dogs appear in human art across cultures and centuries speaks to their significance in our lives. They're not just animals we live alongside, but beings who've earned a place in our stories, our symbols, and our understanding of what matters. Every painted dog, every sculpted hound, every literary canine is a record of our enduring bond. The relationship between dogs and humans even extends to our language. Dozens of common phrases involve dogs: dog tired, dog days of summer, let sleeping dogs lie, every dog has its day, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. The fact that we've woven dogs so thoroughly into our metaphors and idioms shows how deeply they're embedded in human consciousness. We understand concepts through canine comparisons. We express human experiences through dog-related phrases. They've shaped not just our history but our very language. Some dogs demonstrate what seems like precognition or extraordinary intuition. Stories abound of dogs who refused to board ships that later sank, who moved their puppies to higher ground before floods, who woke families moments before fires or gas leaks became deadly. While many of these instances can be explained by acute senses detecting subtle signs humans missed, the pattern of dogs protecting humans from dangers we cannot yet perceive remains striking. Whether through extraordinary sensory abilities or something we don't yet understand, dogs have served as guardians and protectors, sensing threats and acting to keep their humans safe. And finally, perhaps the most important fact of all, one that encompasses everything we've explored in this journey: every dog, regardless of breed, size, or ability, is capable of love. This capacity for devotion, for joy in our presence, for grief at our absence, for contentment in simply being near us, is perhaps the most miraculous thing about dogs. Science can measure their olfactory receptors, map their genetic code, and scan their brains, but the love between a dog and a human transcends measurement. It exists in the wag of a tail when you come home, the weight of a head resting on your lap, the soft sigh of a dog settling beside you, content. This love asks for little: food, shelter, kindness, and your presence, and gives everything in return. And so we come to the end of our journey through 100 facts about dogs, creatures who have shared our homes, our work, our joys and sorrows for longer than recorded history. We've explored their biology and their emotions, their extraordinary abilities and their simple pleasures, their diversity and the common threads that unite all dogs. From the ancient wolves who first approached our fires to the companion curled beside you now, dogs have chosen to walk with us. They've adapted to our world while retaining something wild and beautiful, something wholly their own. They've given us their noses to detect what we cannot smell, their ears to hear what we cannot perceive, their courage to face dangers on our behalf, and their hearts to love us unconditionally. In learning about dogs, we've really been learning about connection, about what it means for two different species to build a relationship so deep it changes both forever. Dogs remind us that love transcends language, that joy can be found in simple moments, that loyalty is real and worth honoring. As you move forward from this moment, may you see the dogs in your life, or those you encounter, with fresh appreciation for the miraculous beings they are. Each one carries within them millions of years of evolution, thousands of years of partnership with humanity, and a lifetime of individual experience. Each one is both an inheritor of ancient instincts and a unique individual, irreplaceable and precious. Thank you for joining this peaceful exploration of the magnificent world of dogs. May their love, loyalty, and joy continue to enrich our lives for thousands of years to come.